Hello again, dear friends. A Swiss international private banking consultancy firm, Foster Swiss, has for the first time officially revealed the details of the new financial system. Today's full moon challenges us to decide for ourselves what we want to receive and what we should let go of. What is worth keeping and what should we let go of? Opinion article. Details of the new system are published. A Swiss consultant reveals several secrets. It aims to replace centralized banking. It has prevented piracy attempts to steal funds. It was invented to end financial slavery. It is independent of the existing centralized system. No need for blockchain technology. All coins are backed by gold and assets. It's controlled by 9 quantum satellites in orbit. Bankers will not be able to access funds without permission. It is hosted by the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. Works with a distributed general ledger technology interface. Project gives over 5,600 to homeless people in Canada. False information to steal serial numbers from currency holders. The Awakened Collective will guide humanity according to a message from Daniel Scranton. Let's start. Everything you need to know about the new system. This is the title of an article published by the Swiss international private banking consulting firm Foster Swiss, based in Geneva, Madrid and Barcelona, which offers its services to individuals and companies in the Spanish-speaking world, in the financial, tax and legal areas. The system is hosted on a quantum computer located in 9 quantum satellites and at the Asian Investment Infrastructure Bank, the eastern counterpart of the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund. To connect the new system to the old SWIFT and CLIP system, an interface called Distributed Ledger Technology has been implemented. Distributed Ledger Technology is an electronic system or database for the recorded information that is not executed by a single entity. It allows us to store and use data that can be decentralized or stored in several places and distributed, connected and therefore able to communicate. 3 entities. The Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank is an international financial institution. The purpose of this multilateral development bank is to provide financing from infrastructure projects based on a financial lending system and the promotion on the free market system. The World Bank is a multinational organization specializing in finance and aid. Its state purpose is to reduce poverty through low interest loans, interest-free credit at the bank level, and economic support to developing nations. It has 189 member countries. The International Monetary Fund is an international financial organization based in Washington, D.C. that plays a leading role in providing credit to states with balance of payments deficits and assisting in international financial crises. Financial engineering. It's a financial system created by Chinese engineering teams in collaboration with the engineering teams of other coalition members. One of its main features is that bankers will not be able to access any of these funds without the permission of the Global Guarantee Account supervisors, a system that is intended to replace the central bank and cover the new global network for the transfer of gold or asset-backed money initiated by Russia and China to replace US-controlled SWIFT system. It should be noted that this system is completely independent of the existing centralized system. In this case, there is no need for blockchain technology, which has called into question the need of cryptocurrency. Asset support. Under this system, all sovereign currencies are backed by gold or assets, which will ensure their sustainability. It's important to note that this new system has been operating in parallel with the central banking system in recent times, while preventing attempts and piracy to steal funds. This quantum computer system assigns a digital number to each currency found in every bank account worldwide and monitors it in real time. It knows exactly where it went, where it was transferred, who sent it, with their login information, and which account received it. A new system was invented to end financial slavery and control over the population. It is extremely innovative and has no equivalent in terms of advanced technology to any previous system, as the monetary system can be easily changed to encompass gold-backed currencies that completely eliminate the need for transfer for the old central banking system. Security. Maximum security impossible to steal. Please note that only gold-backed coins or assets that have a digital gold or asset certificate can be transferred through the new system. The certificate refers to a serial number of a piece of gold or an asset held in reserve to support the coin. State-of-the-art technologies are used to quarantine gold and assets used to back up coins without the possibility of them being stolen. Assets are the justification for establishing the amount of currency available in a country, but all coins' denomination must be accepted within the new system, and an asset of precious metal certificate must be issued in order to be active within the system. It should be known that any fiduciary currency that cannot be designated as clear and not clearly coming from legal activities, which are most, if not all, fiduciary currency is disqualified. In fact, fiduciary currencies cannot be legalized in the new system. Fiduciary currencies that were already in possession at the time of large-scale implementation of the new system received while doing legal businesses will be exchanged for gold-backed coins at the bank. The procedure here is called reconciliation, which qualifies the transfer of money as legal or illegal, and it's carried out by a benevolent artificial intelligence. Role of each country. Any country that doesn't comply with the Global Economic Reform and Security Act is excluded from the new system and will eventually be excluded from international trade. Each country must comply with this law to participate in the system. The Alliance will use a specific quantitative formula to establish the amount of currency available in the country, which must be backed by gold in the system. The results of the formula will establish a fair value for each country's assets compared to another. There is much more gold than is needed to achieve gold backing for all the world's currencies. Once established through the GCR, the price of gold will become irrelevant. If the price of gold rises, the value of all coins will also rise, which will not result in a net change in the face of all coins. The formula includes assets in the fields, the country's economy, its population, which is one of the country's assets, and a number of other parameters to determine the value of the country's currency. This formula should be applied to each country, so that its currency is on a par with other countries. The application of the formula and the common value of all gold means that the country's currency must have the same value as another country's currency. Current affairs of the reset. On Saturday, 24th of October, the Black Dragon attempted to start a global reboot using its fiat currency, but the codes didn't work because they were old. On Tuesday, 27th October, the Department of Defense introduced the correct codes, which did work, and began the process of paying out the 27 categories of primary level accounts. On Thursday, 29th October, there was another launch to keep this process moving, but the start of the level 4B exchanges has been delayed again due to numerous security problems. False information to steal serial numbers from foreign exchange holders, some of the information from some sources on swaps for level 4B foreign exchange holders was deliberately false. Much misinformation has been spread because of the bad guys are trying to collect the serial numbers of note holders from unsuspecting people in order to use them for their own benefit. The restrictive measures of the last 10 months are being implemented to protect the old banking system and to combat the implementation of the new system that give controls of the economy back to the citizens. But the coalition is taking advantage of this closure to arrest more responsible. Although the bad guys have lost the war, many worker bees have not yet received the memorandum and are still fighting. There have been numerous security problems that have been fixed behind the scenes by the Defense Department teams. Social experiment. One project gives more than $5,600 to homeless people and reveals what they did with the money. After making the transfer, the initiative's promoters regularly followed up with the beneficiaries for a year to find out how they spent the funds and how their lives evolved. Foundations for Social Change, in partnership with the University of British Columbia, launched the world's first direct cash transfer program to help homeless people in Canada. In mid-2018, promoters of the initiative identified 50 people in the city of Vancouver who had become homeless in the previous 2 years and gave each of them over US $5,600, which the beneficiaries could use as they wished. The experts thus found that the people who benefit from the transfer moved into stable housing more quickly and saved enough to maintain financial security during the follow-up year. In addition, they decreased their expenditure on drugs, tobacco, and alcohol by 30% and increased their expenditure on food, clothing, and rent. Awake Collective. How the Awakening Collective Will Guide Humanity is the title of a message from Daniel Scranton from the Arthurian Council 9D. Those of you in the Awakened Collective are there to lead humanity, but not telling everyone that these are the right beliefs here, and if you don't join me in my little sect, we can save humanity. Instead of it, you must offer love and kindness, compassion and forgiveness to all, and see how that brings them together, and see how raising the level of consciousness within the human collective automatically solves all problems without anyone having to fight against anyone else. You can all rise above the discord that exists on the planet at this time between people in groups who have different perspectives of each other. Rising above hatred and the discord of hatred is very necessary to bring your fellow men to a higher level of consciousness, no matter what problem is being faced at any time on Earth. Those with a higher level of consciousness will always have access to the solution, and therefore you must be careful not to get caught up in arguments, debates, people attacking you simply because you have a different perspective and they do. Now is the time to choose love over division and spiritual growth, as well as placing the right people in the right positions so that they can pass laws that are more benevolent. Ideally, people should be good to teach each other, loving and respecting each other, not because they are punished if they don't. You want people to be kind because kindness is what is in their heart, and the only way to get kindness into someone's heart is to spread kindness. Your spiritual beliefs and your political beliefs, your ideological beliefs, could be summed up as: kindness is important and something I want to encourage. You won't necessarily see immediate results when you go out into the world with that philosophy. When you practice the mantra, I'm going to be kind, over and over in your head. But in the end, you will see the change. And no matter where you are in terms of your beliefs, it should be obvious to everyone on the planet that not only is change inevitable, but change is good. Change will take you where you want to go as a society and as a human collective. Everyone can coexist on Earth right now while maintaining different perspectives and living in a world of peace. It is possible. Only when you feel threatened by what someone else believes are you less likely to find that peace on Earth, which would be beautiful to experience, and which will be beautiful to experience when it happens. I wish peace everybody. Thanks a lot.